What's up, guys? Welcome to part 3 of the Enhanced Input Root Motion series. In today's episode, we're going to add in the crouch functionality, create the crouch blend space, and set up the transition from idle to crouch. Without further ado, let's get into it. First thing we're going to do is get our input mapping set up for our crouch. Let's go ahead and open that up. So go to input folder. Actions. We're going to go ahead and just create a new one real quick so I can show you how to do that. You're just going to right click, go to input, put action, name this IA, and we're going to add that to our IMC defaults. Go back to your input. Alright, so IA crouch. I'm gonna make that C. Close that out. I'll go ahead and open up our third person character blueprint. And let's go ahead and open up our animation blueprint as well, because we will need that. Let's go ahead and comment this real quick. We're going to move this out, actually. All this. Go ahead and collapse that. We're going to name this camera lock on character move. That I'm going to paste that in the description and change the color to red. Just kind of cleans that up a little bit. Event tick. Up a little bit. Let's go ahead and create two variables, two booleans. First one is going to be is crouching question mark. Click on that. Control D to duplicate that. And is falling question mark. Now you're going to see why we're doing the is falling here in just a second. So we're going to go ahead and get our crouch. Let's put that down here. IA, right click, IA crouch. We're going to create a branch. Branch up. Get is crouch. Off of that with a not boolean. We're going to connect that to our branch condition. Then we're going to set is crouching, set is falling. This back just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and duplicate these, bring those underneath. We're going to connect one side to the true, one side to the false. And then click that. Make sure your is falling is in front of your crouching. And then we're going to come up to our jump. We're going to create another branch. It is falling. Another. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and connect these together, so don't forget to do that. Compile and save. So let's go in our animation blueprint now. We're going to set up our variables. So from our character reference, drag off. This is crouching. Don't get the is crouched. Get is crouching. We're going to promote that to a variable. Change the name of that to where it's just is crouching. Connect that. Debug. I hate when that debug thing pops up on there. And then we're also going to drag off our character reference again. Is falling. Get is falling. And we're going to promote that to a variable as well. And the same thing. It just is falling. Let's go ahead and clean that up. All these bottom ones, hit Q. Over. And then in our anim graph, we're going to go ahead and get this set up with our state machines. Grab this, Control C, copy that. Let's go ahead and disconnect it, move it out of the way. And state machine. State machine. And rename that to Locomotion. Drag off that, type in cache, new save cache pose. We're going to rename that to Locomotion cache. Go in that, and off of our entry, drag out, add a state. We're going to call that Locomotion, and we're going to paste that blend space with the variables in that. Compile. And go back out to our anim graph. Then comment that motion. Add another state machine. And then just duplicate that because we're going to need another one. So we're going to call this one main. Off of that, we're going to get a default slot. Connect that to our outputs pose. Go into our main. We're going to drag off of that. Add state. Locomotion. Double click that, and from the output, type cache, use Locomotion, cache pose, hit compile, and that'll put us back into our idle. And then we'll come back to this. So let's go ahead and create our blend space, animation, blend space, pick the SK mannequin, ES, crouch, Locomotion. That up, and we're going to set this up the same way that we set up our regular Locomotion. So our horizontal is going to be side input, except our minimum we're going to do -1, our maximum we're going to do 1. Snap to grid. Vertical axis going to be forward input, same thing, -1 and 1. Snap to grid. We're going to drag our crouched idle, crouch idle, crouch walk back, back left will be back left, back right will be back right, bottom right. Walk forward, forward left will be top left, forward right will be top right, walk left all the way to the left, walk right all the way to the right. And then let's add some smoothing, 0.4, cubic, 0.4, cubic. Go ahead and save that, and then you can go ahead and check those out. Get that all set up. Close that out. Now this next other state machine is going to be our crouched one, so we're going to rename that crouch Locomotion. We're going to drag off, and we're going to type cache. Do a cache pose for that one as well. Call this crouch Locomotion cache. Comment this one. Crouch. Move both of those up. Go ahead and get rid of this down here now. And in our main state, so we're going to drag up from the Locomotion, add a state. We're going to call this idle crouch, and drag back to the Locomotion. In our transition, we're going to grab is crouching, and that's going to be our transition from Locomotion to idle crouch, the one back. Grab is crouching, get is crouching, add a not boolean, and put that one in. I'm going to copy and paste this. Compile, don't worry about this stuff here right now, and then go in there and get our idle crouch animation, plug that in, go back out to our main, drag up, we're going to add another state, and then this one's going to be our crouched Locomotion. Drag back down to idle crouch, and we're going to go ahead and paste the not crouching in that one. And then from the idle to crouch to the crouched, we're going to drag the is crouching into that one. Go back. Go into our crouch Locomotion. Then drag off. We're going to add our crouch Locomotion cache. Compile that. And then where we have our errors here, just go ahead and click on that. It's going to take us to our crouch Locomotion. So in the anim graph, that's going to be our crouch that we added the cache to here. Just go in there, we're going to drag off, we're going to add a state, crouch motion, and then we're going to add that blend space in. we just made. Grab the same variables, so our forward to our forward, our side to our side. Go ahead and compile, and that's going to get rid of our errors. We got that all set up. Let's go ahead and check it out, see if it's going to work right. We're going into crouched, but when you push it, if you hold it, it does some weird thing. Okay, so what we need to do, just like in our walk around toggle, we need to actually go into our input action. Let's go into our input action. We need to grab crouch, IA crouch. Go ahead and double click that. And we're gonna add in a trigger. So add the plus here on the trigger. We're gonna add a press trigger. Go ahead and save that, close that out. Let's test that out again. And now every time you press it, it goes into crouch and out of crouch. We can add the crouch to idle animation and do a blend by poses or blend by bool, and set that up as well. But it's not really necessary with the animations the way they are. I mean, it goes back into idle from crouch pretty decent. We haven't set up the capsule, so our collision capsule. We haven't set that up yet to be able to crouch under stuff. We'll do that later. I just wanted to get the main animation functionality in, so that we're able to just set the capsule and stuff up. Once we have all the animations in, everything's ready to go, then we'll set that up to be able to crouch under stuff, and adjust variables and all that different stuff when we get to that point. So now we're all set up with our crouch locomotion. We're set up with our walk. We're set up with our sprint. So our base mechanics for all of that part of the locomotion is now set up. I did want to add that we got over 100 subscribers this week. I appreciate all the support. I really hope these tutorials are helping you guys out. As you can see, we're still jumping when you sprint. We'll fix that too once we get to the jump part. But if you notice, when we're crouched, we don't jump. That's why we added that is not falling into our jump, which we'll do. Actually, here, we can do this real quick. We go ahead and add another branch. Drag off of that branch. It is sprinting. Let's move this jump out of the way. Do another not Boolean. Fix that. Okay, so yeah, we're not jumping while we're sprinting. We can change that later once we get to the jump part. If you want to change that, we don't necessarily have to have that, but just in case you wanted to see, that's how you did that. Real simple. We've already got the variable for it, so I appreciate the support. Hit that like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you get notified when the next video comes out. I've also got a few other planned. I got a preview uploaded of a kind of do not cross police barricade kind of sci-fi cyberpunk thing that I made. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I made that, and I'm going to give you guys the models as well as the textures, and I will also go over how I did the texture. That's something I want to show in the video that a lot of people don't really show how they did the texture and stuff like that. It's real simple. I'm not going to use any programs or anything that costs any money. I'll actually use a free website that everybody will be able to use to do that, so that if you want to make some textures and start messing around with stuff like that, there are free options to do that. So I want to show you guys how you can do that as well. So once again, appreciate all the support. Hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.